Hello, hello, hello. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is the Thursday edition of the Daily Draw. On Thursdays, we always look at something that has to do with character design, and we are going to be looking at the next couple weeks on Thursdays at folds, fabric folds, because they are part of character design. I mean, you're gonna run into it, so it's important to spend a little time and look at it. And they're generally about probably you could study about eight standard folds that if you get them down, you've pretty much mastered all of them. Okay, so that's kind of what we're gonna do. We're gonna slow down today and take a look at the first one here. And this is kind of an X. You'll see this common in a lot of the clothes. This will happen a lot of times in legs, and it will happen in the arms, in the sleeves, and as the fabric gathers, it will naturally form these X's. So let's give this a go here, and we're just gonna go through it once, and then maybe repeat it a couple times, because that's really how you practice. Is you have to you kind of like practice this one fold over and over and over again. Then when you face it, when you're actually drawing something, it won't be as difficult because you're used to it. So let's jump into this right now. I'm going to bring up a blank page here. Okay, so let's start off just with this idea that we have a cylinder. All right, so that's going to be my cylinder for my arm. And what I want to do, let me just change the color here real quick. Let's first just look at this idea here, okay? So what happens is you'll have the sleeve come down like this. In fact, let me make this bigger for you. There you go. You'll have the sleeve come down, and then right down in here, you're going to start to have this fabric that's going to gather, okay? And we're just going to do something like that for right now. But I've got this little teeny overlap on the left. You see that? So what we want to do is we want to come back up the sleeve there just a bit. Just come in like this. And we're going to do something like that. Then you're going to come in here like this. And then we're going to come in here with a slight curve. There's the edge down below. Same thing over here now. Gonna come in. Something like this. Oops. All right. I think what's key is here, when you have a line like this, the edge of your garment, you want to overlap that ever so slightly, like a small T, move up a little bit, and then you start to make your fold. And you could do that on the other side as well. So we're like this. We're going to be like that. All right, so then we'll draw another one here. So let's continue now. These aren't in the picture. They're We're looking straight at this, but that's fine. So let's come up here. Okay, coming around. So we really start to capture this idea. Now, as long as we're here, let's go ahead and talk about shading on these, because we definitely need to show some type of tone. So let's come over here and go with 3 boxes. All right, first tone. Same value in each one. All right, then take it the next level higher. So what you're looking for is trying to get 3 tones. And that's really all you want to use, is just 3 separate tones when we do this. All right, let's do this. Let's do with this one here, number A, letter A. All right, so let's come in here and add a tone. It's going to be something like this. Going to have another tone right here. This is going to be the darker of the tones. Now the light is coming from this side. Just ignore this right here. Light's coming from this side here, so this is going to be your middle tone. And your middle tone, that little highlight is being picked up on the edge of that piece of fabric, you see? And then once we turn the corner, you'll lose that highlight. Because it's no longer on that side. It's not on the side of the light there. And one other thing I want to show you, and look closely at this fold right here. I'm going to come up with a middle tone, and then right at the edge there, you see what I've just done? I've created that reflective shadow. So let's take a look at that idea. Over here, I have a cylinder. And if I shade this with an even tone, where this hits the brighter spot there, I'm going to add a little bit of darker value. So it ends up optically making this thing look like it's very round, and that happens because we have light that's bouncing off the ground and reflecting off the bottom of that because it's a round surface. This happens to a lot of round surfaces. So you could see that these wrinkles are round surfaces. So on some of them, we'll definitely want to add that slide of a highlight so it stands out. All right, let's try drawing another one down here. But this time, let's draw it off center like the photo. So look at this one right there. Let's try and draw that one there. So once again, we're going to start right here on the edge there, and the X is far more to the left here. I'm putting in the negative shape even here. Okay, so over here, I'm going to slightly overlap. All right, let's get the shadow down here below. Shadow up on top there. Get that highlight in. Okay. Now it has a seam coming down. And then over here, it's just going to fade. It's going to fade into dark value. Okay. Hey, Geraldine. Good to have you. So this is it. It just takes a tremendous amount of concentration. I will not kid you. This is not easy. So don't fool yourself thinking that you could just do this. Where if you get it right, you really will sell whatever clothing you're working on. So if I was to do this quickly, you know, if I had a sleeve, you know, I might just put some X's in, like where that fabric is gathering, and then I'm going to just come back into my line work. I'm going to come back into my line work and just indicate it. So in my sketch, I don't have to go into all this extra detail. just remember 3 values. Try and stick to 3 values. And when you're drawing it, just ask yourself, is this, we'll just call this 1, 2, 3. When you're looking at something, just say, is this a 1 value? Is it a 2 value? Or is it a 3 value? And then apply it. I want to show you this. I want to talk about this wrinkle right here, coming in here. Sometimes you'll have something like this. So let's just, there's my cylinder. Right here at the edge, it might come around like this. And then it, instead of being smooth, it might come out at an angle. And then your shadow may end up just following a surface line. Never thought of it like that. So you just have to, key is you have to just, one, slow down. You have to look very carefully. And just like any other activity, it may take multiple times to practice the same thing, 3 to 4 times to try and get the hang of it. So let's move over to one more fold here. And like I said, there's about 7 of them. And over the next 3 weeks, we'll hit them all, okay? This is probably next to one of the hardest ones. So I've started you off with something not easy. You can thank me later. All right, look at this guy right here. He's walking around with his girlfriend there, huh? So let's kind of draw what would be an upper torso, but we really don't have to do anything to it. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna pretend like his upper torso here is a cylinder. Now, here's the one thing you have to really think. You have to think of you have to think that you're fabric and what is happening with the fabric. And that's where the concentration comes in. So let's say up here in his arm, and we could do something like this. So there's his arm coming off the body. And so first he's got this, let's just straight, this is, it's the stretch is coming from this corner up here. So look at this. There's no stretch right here where it's coming over his shoulder. You see that? It's actually, it's gathering right there. But right here is where the stretch. So we need to have a nice line. This is where you get some of that line control. And then right here, look at that now. It's going to come all the way across his chest. And you can actually barely make out. It's almost, look, it's that basic diamond that diamond pattern that we were just looking at. But this is stretched out. Okay, get a couple more of these. It's all pulling from that one corner. And then, look at that. After it gets done pulling, now it's relaxed. So it comes down relaxed along the side. Hold on. I have to blow my nose, excuse me. Okay, he's back. All right, so look at this now. So then down here at the bottom, look closely, right down here. We have this edge. It's coming up like this. And then right behind it, you have the fold over of the fabric right there. Yeah. Oh, it's just getting started, right? All right, look at this next fold here. The next fold is quite the J-hook. You see this? It's coming down like this. And then over here, now look at the other side of his body. You could see his girlfriend's fingers, and she's grabbing onto that love handle right there. You see that? So the shirt is tight there. And then right below that, I should have made this bigger actually. Let me slide this picture over. Okay, love handle. So then, watch now. What I want you to see is this. This is coming around like this. Okay? Yeah, my wife gets a lot of, man, she just allergies like crazy. And we're having an early spring. I don't know about you, Darlene. I don't know about you, Geraldine. But we just have not had the winter at all around here. Okay, so then this love handle is coming right in here. All right, this is going to be, we're not going to do an anatomy, but and right up here, look at this. All right, so we've got that one there. Oh, you had winter. Did you get snow? Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this one right there. All right, so this guy has a white shirt on, but we still have 3 tones. You want to just keep it to 3 tones. So let's just say this is the white of the page. Okay, 1 tone there. Okay, there are my 3 tones. So let's look at this. Wrinkle right here. Now I probably made my lines far too dark, but that's life. Then his shadow, look at that shadow on this side here. It's just coming straight down like this. Oh, Louisiana. Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. I'd like to go one day. Okay, so you can see I'm adding that shadow coming across. And then this area is going to be the wider part of the shirts, the whiter. So let's just add an overall tone down here at the bottom. But once again, we have to be very, very careful because we want these highlights in the shirt to really read. Okay, look at this over here. Since this is away from the light, but this is going to get shadow, but also right in here, it's really picking up the light. Watch. When it comes to creating that light source, remember, it's not so much that you're putting white, but you're darkening the area around it. Okay, so for example, this one right down here, we're going to darken that. Then we're going to come in a little bit lighter on this side here. Then darken on that one up there. Geraldine, how long have you lived in Louisiana? Okay, so I'm just going back in here and I'm just adding value to get those to get some of those highlights going there. And then this also, on this side, we've got some shadow from his arm coming in, and then a little shadow from that love handle. Okay, I think that's going to do it for today. So, the best way to draw folds is to practice. is repetition. You know, start by really trying to look for the X, that X fold, and then look at it very closely and try it multiple times. And then once you start to get comfortable with it and knowing a method in order to execute it, when you actually see it, it won't take you by surprise. You won't be guessing because you'll be familiar with it. Same thing with this idea of stretch, of stretching a t-shirt from a single point. All right? That's what I got for you. Thanks for watching. My name is Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Geraldine, thanks so much for chiming in and keeping me company. And if you watch this a little bit later, I do appreciate you watching the channel and all that good stuff. All right. Go out there. Make your day great. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Continue animals, okay? All right. Bye-bye.